Hello and welcome to another great episode of Z Sports Updates. And here, of course, we give you updates on football and everything that's happening in the world of football and in the world of sports at large. And we'll always be here to give you these nice little breaking news and scores and everything that you have to know about football. Well, yesterday was another great day for football. The whole weekend was great weekend for football, and now some surprising results in the Nations League. Honestly, France anapaya matiketi yabantu. France is sure. What is going on? France na England wake. You killed people, and England is okay. The game against Italy was okay. It was well, people obviously knew England usually have a tough time with Italy, but Italy wasn't even playing that great, and England had all the possession, same as France with the game against Denmark. They were playing. France was playing well. They had the ball. They had everything. Yet makamba ti Bola nizigoli Bola sinjomba nizigoli. And that's exactly what happened over the weekend. There were, of course, some very interesting results. And today, we've got other games. England is back in action. They'll play Germany, a tough match as well. Germany also has been a little bit shaky in where they are. Of course, England have been already relegated from the Nations League. France is hanging in there. Denmark got promoted. So there's a lot of exciting things happening in the world of football. Together with today's match, which is also Zambia against Mali again in the final of the final game in this international break, and they will hope to regain their status over Mali. And it's going to be quite an interesting game to watch. Of course, we still don't have Patson Daka and Mupo, and the coach officially released a statement through his lawyers to say he has resigned from the Zambia national team due to non-payments. And Faz is claiming, well, Faz is Faz, and they're claiming their payments are up to date. So what's really going on? Is there a problem with management, communication? Where did the money go? If Faz says they paid and the guy says he didn't receive the money, well, what's really going on with our national team? And this uncertainty, well, it gives a lot of questions. Of course, also Faz released images of Mupo being released from hospital, but he still won't be available for the game. He was admitted in Mali for some illness that hasn't been told to us yet. So we await upon when Mupo will be ready for also to play for Brighton, because the games are back on over the weekend. The Premier League is back on over the weekend, and that's something that we've all been waiting for, to sort of get us off this terrible weekend that people have had, that the nations have had in terms of results. Ghana lost also to Brazil in a friendly. They lost 3-0. Of course, that was expected because Brazil is number one team in the world. But for France was surprising. France is the second best team in the world, and they keep losing, and they're third in their group. Not very impressive from France. And looking at the squad, the type of players that they have in there, they've got Kamavinga, they've got Chouameni, they've got Kylian Mbappe, they've got Giroud, they've got Griezmann, they've got Dembele. Dembele, of course, didn't take part. Dembele is always injury prone. Though in the last game, the first game that they won, they injured Dembele felt a little niggle in his thigh of some sort, so he didn't take part. But the news that he's okay, he's okay now. He's fine. It was just something. It wasn't something serious. It was fine. So Barcelona are relieved, obviously, to hear that type of news, to say Dembele is fine. Moving on, okay, to the weekend. We have got some hot games. Will Arsenal maintain their top spots. They face Tottenham in their very, very first game of the week. It will be the very first game of the weekend. To be 13:30 Zambian time. Tottenham versus Arsenal. Okay, that's the game of the weekend. We hope, I as an Arsenal fan, hope to thrash Tottenham. But it's a tough game, of course. Tottenham have been doing really well, if I'm going to say. They are our rivals, I agree. But they have been doing quite well, and that's a game to watch. Tottenham versus Arsenal. If Arsenal win, well, they continue their top spots no matter what happens to other teams over the weekend. But if Tottenham win, they gain top spot. Okay, and they'll be above Arsenal by 2 points. So it's quite a very, very interesting game, coupled with other games. So the other game of the weekend is Manchester City versus Manchester United. And of course, as an Arsenal fan, I want Manchester United to beat Manchester City so that we can grow the gap in between us and City. So those are the major games that are going to be played. Liverpool will be facing Brighton. Chelsea will be facing Crystal Palace. So the biggest games of the weekend, of course, is Tottenham versus Arsenal and Manchester City versus Manchester United. Let's watch these games over the weekend. Let's see, what are your thoughts? Who's going to win? What do you think? Let's interact and let's chat. Until next time, this is Shizzy on Z Sports Update. See you later.